Welcome to Clarity Quest Hub, your sanctuary for mental wellness, growth, and transformation.
Do you ever feel completely prepared for an exam, only to have your mind go blank the moment you sit down? What if I told you that you're not alone in this? That this frustrating experience happens to even the most prepared students? Think about it. How many times have you second-guessed your hard work because of one panicked moment? Today, I'm sharing my own story, a deeply personal battle with exam anxiety. By the end of this video, you'll learn not just how I overcame it, but how you can take charge of your own anxiety and turn it into your strength. It was the day of my PTS exam, a test I'd been preparing for tirelessly. I walked into the exam hall feeling confident, almost eager to prove myself. But something unexpected happened. As I entered the room and saw the rows of desks spaced so far apart, a strange feeling crept in. Can you guess what it was? It wasn't fear, exactly. It was more like isolation. Have you ever walked into a place and felt completely out of sync, like you didn't belong? That was me. When the invigilator said, "You may begin," everything fell apart. My heart raced, my palms sweated, and my mind, was like someone had hit the delete button. I recognized the questions. They weren't unfamiliar, but the answers? Nowhere to be found. It was as if my brain had betrayed me. Can you imagine watching the clock tick down, knowing the answers are in your head somewhere but feeling powerless to retrieve them? It's like being locked out of your own house while holding the key. But the key doesn't fit. As I left the exam hall, something strange happened. Suddenly, like a switch flipping on, I remembered everything. Every answer. Every detail. I couldn't believe it. Why now? Why couldn't this clarity have come 30 minutes earlier when I needed it most? I was determined to understand what had happened. Was this some cruel trick my brain played on me, or was there a deeper reason? I dived into research, hours, even days, until I uncovered the truth. And let me tell you, it was eye-opening. It turns out our brains store information in two main types of memory, short-term and long-term. The hippocampus, a small yet vital part of the brain, is the bridge that connects them. The more we revise and paraphrase, the stronger this bridge becomes. Unfortunately, stress can sabotage this process. When we're under stress, our bodies enter what's called the General Adaptation Syndrome, or GAS. It's a survival mechanism, but during exams, it can feel more like a trap. The first two stages, alarm and resistance, are driven by adrenaline, preparing us for fight or flight. But when cortisol kicks in to calm us down, it can interfere with memory, especially during retrieval processes. Under acute stress, elevated cortisol levels often impair the ability to access previously learned information. Think of cortisol as a double-edged sword. It helps us relax, yes, but it also blocks the hippocampus, making it harder to access information because it is highly sensitive to stress hormones due to its abundance of glucocorticoid receptors. That's why, as soon as you leave the stressful environment, your cortisol levels drop, and suddenly, everything you studied comes flooding back. The mechanism behind this involves both genomic and non-genomic actions of cortisol. This discovery was life-changing for me. I realized my anxiety wasn't a reflection of my intelligence, it was my body's natural reaction to stress. And more importantly, I learned I could control it. Would you like to know how I turned things around? How I went from feeling defeated to walking into exams with confidence? Let me share my actionable steps. And while I do, think about this. What's one thing you can do today to take control of your own anxiety? Here is how I overcame exam anxiety. Stay calm. Before exams, I practice deep breathing. It's simple but powerful. A few minutes of focused breathing can lower cortisol levels and clear your mind. Want to try it with me? Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Feels good, doesn't it? prepare smarter. Instead of rote memorization, I started teaching what I learned. Explaining concepts to others made the information stick in my long-term memory. Who could you teach today? A friend? A sibling? Take care of your body. Regular exercise and proper sleep became my non-negotiables. It's incredible how much physical well-being impacts mental clarity. Did you know that even a 20-minute walk can reduce stress hormones? Build courage through practice. The more mock exams I took, the less intimidating the real thing felt. Each practice test was like a rehearsal for the big day. Combat negative self-talk. Anxiety often stems from a loop of negative thoughts, such as "I am not good enough" or "I will fail." Affirmations like "I am capable and prepared" or "I have faced challenges before and I'll succeed again" help interrupt that cycle and replace it with uplifting messages. Now it's your turn. Have you ever faced exam anxiety or struggled in a high-pressure moment? How did you handle it? Or, if you're still figuring it out, what's your biggest hurdle? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story, and so would the rest of our community. Remember, you're not alone in this. Hey, race the truth, anxiety doesn't define your abilities. It's just a hurdle, not a wall. With the right mindset and tools, you can overcome it. So, the next time you face an exam, or any challenge, remember this: you're capable of more than you know. If this story resonated with you, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Let's continue this journey together, one step at a time, toward clarity, courage, and confidence. And who knows? Your story might inspire someone else.